Hello, this is Budget Commentary. The Anton Drakov situation is crazy. The Anton Drakov is evil. I personally think the Anton Drakov situation is impossibly crazy. But before that, this video is sponsored by Northcon Budget Commentary for 4 months free trial and 65% off your renewal. War Thunder is the sponsor of today's video. Epic warships, epic planes, epic tanks, epic fights. WarThunder.com/GG Budget Commentary for free shit now. Anton Drakov is mega pedophilia. He love kid. He docs Diddy, so he Diddy from Diddy troll face. Diddy caught on camera sexed Justin Bieber. Download now. Team Justin Bieber leaks. I am in possession of not one, but a pair of telephonic devices, one designated for the purveyor of illicit wares, and the other for the transportation thereof. Indeed, I have acquired 2 such devices, one to facilitate correspondence with the fair sex, and another to oversee the acquisition of monetary compensation. It occurs to me that yet 2 additional contraptions may be requisite, for the lines of communication are a veritable cacophony, ringing incessantly. Whilst engaged in the arduous task of tallying my earnings, the chimes persist unabated. The establishment of my commercial enterprise is most emphatically lively, marked by unceasing clamor. He is Diddy. He is Epstein's slave, which is scary, very scary, fearful, dreadful, nightmarish. I love Garten of Banban 3. It's my favorite game. Also, Anton Drakov is crazy. He doxes anyone who won't ERP with him. Low-key, freaky, zesty, musty, lusty, gusty. This is crazy. Situation is crazy. He is part of Illuminati Matrix 1984. In 1999 he raped dog. He is fetish of Puro Change Special. His favorite game, Hypocrite EDP Cupcake. Chromyl chloride is synthesized through a chemical reaction involving potassium dichromate and hydrogen chloride in the presence of sulfuric acid, followed by distillation. As the First Amendment of the Constitution says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Anton Drakov is a fictional character from Ravenloft, a gothic horror-themed setting in the Dungeons & Dragons universe. He is a Dark Lord, a title given to those cursed to rule over a specific domain in the Ravenloft setting. Drakov is particularly known as the ruler of Forkovnia, a grim and war-torn domain that reflects his violent and tyrannical nature. Here's a deeper dive into his character and significance. Background origin. Drakov was originally a brutal mercenary commander in another realm. His insatiable thirst for conquest and disregard for human life drew the attention of the Dark Powers, the enigmatic entities that control Ravenloft. After a particularly heinous betrayal and massacre, he was drawn into Ravenloft and made the Dark Lord of Forkovnia. His punishment is poetic, though he is a brilliant military strategist and craves glory through conquest. Every campaign he wages ends in humiliating defeat. Traits and characteristics. Appearance. Drakov is often described as a tall, imposing man with a cruel and militaristic demeanor. He typically wears armor adorned with the emblem of Forkovnia, a hawk. Personality. He is ruthless, sadistic, and obsessed with military conquest and discipline. He rules Forkovnia with an iron fist, enforcing strict martial law and using fear as his primary tool. Leadership. His subjects are treated as little more than pawns in his endless attempts at conquest. He is feared but not loved, and his paranoia leads him to distrust even his closest advisors. Domain of Forkovnia. Environment. Forkovnia is a bleak, militarized land perpetually locked in a cycle of war. Its economy and society revolve around the needs of the military. Symbol of oppression. The population lives in constant fear of Drakov and his enforcers. Public executions and displays of power are common. Curse. Drakov's curse ensures that he can never achieve the victories he desires. Each time he invades neighboring domains, he is repelled by overwhelming forces or unforeseen disasters. Themes. Anton Drakov embodies the futility of unchecked ambition and cruelty. His character is a cautionary tale about the emptiness of power when it is wielded without compassion or purpose. If you're using him in a campaign, Drakov provides an excellent antagonist, particularly for stories involving rebellion, survival, or the horrors of war. This perfectly describes Nietzsche's quote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." As Harlan Greaves once said, "You can't judge a sunrise by the rooster that crowed before it." As Miriam Jostler once said, "If the pen is mightier than the sword, I'd hate to see the eraser in battle." As Nolan Fretch once said, "A bridge built from doubt still gets you across the river." As Edith Craythorne once said, "The loudest laugh often hides the quietest heartbreak." As Jasper Quimby once said, "If you walk in circles long enough, even a maze becomes a dance floor." As Lenora Pickett once said, "A shadow isn't proof of light, it's proof something stood in the way." As Clyde Drummond once said, "You can lead a horse to water, but you'll never teach it to text back." As Fiona Harrow once said, "The sharpest wit often comes from the dullest days." As Randall Keene once said, "A secret kept too long grows louder than the truth whispered late." As Kevin Dingle Trarbottle IV once said, "The rain doesn't care if you're running late, it'll fall just the same." Martin Luther King Jr., born on the 15th of January, 1929, was a pivotal figure in the American Civil Rights Movement. His life and work remain influential, embodying the struggle for racial equality and justice in the United States. As a Baptist minister and social activist, King's leadership and nonviolent approach to civil disobedience inspired millions and brought significant progress in the fight against racial segregation and discrimination. He was also against Anton Drakov due to his brutal behavior. As Kevin Gates once said, "I got two phones. One for the plug and one for the load. I got two phones. One for the bitches and one for the dough." Kevin Gates tried to assassinate Anton Drakov for his vile actions and was later arrested. Anton Drakov's situation is mega crazy deranged situation. Anton Drakov is pedophilia. Anton Drakov leads a midget sex trafficking prostitute industry where he sells midget prostitute slaves to people. This is crazy, insane, mad, lunatic, deranged, unhinged, maniacal, bonkers, wacky, batty, nutty, loony, absurd and frantic. Anton Drakov was arrested in the Russian city of Cherepovets by the Russian authorities after all his vile crimes were exposed: doxing, eating furries, assassinating Donald Trump and attempting murder on Vladimir Putin III. Nord.com. Anton Drakov's situation is why Anton Drakov is national threat. He has turned furries into organic fleshlight.com. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, before we dive into today's content, we'd like to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. This video is sponsored by Ground News, the ultimate platform for accessing diverse perspectives on the latest headlines. With Ground News, you can see how different news outlets cover the same story, helping you stay informed and think critically about the news you consume. So, if you want to see beyond the headlines and get the full picture, download Ground News today. Let's get started. Mohammed was an extraordinary horse trained by Karl Krall in the early 20th century in Germany. Renowned for his remarkable mathematical abilities, Mohammed could reportedly solve complex arithmetic problems, including extracting cube roots, by tapping out the answers with his hooves. This phenomenon captivated the scientific community and the public alike, sparking debates on animal intelligence and communication. Mohammed's skills were part of a broader experiment by Krall, who aimed to demonstrate that animals could possess higher cognitive abilities than traditionally believed. Despite skepticism, Mohammed's feats remain a fascinating chapter in the study of animal cognition and intelligence. Thank you for watching.